Clark commercial just released earlier this morning. Caitlyn Clark is proof that you can make it from anywhere.
Hey, Caitlyn! Can you make it from there? Hey, Caitlyn, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there.
No chance.
Caitlyn!
On Christmas morning, as families gathered and traditions unfolded, Nike executed a strategic unveil that shifted the landscape of sports marketing. The commercial was simple in premise, yet profound in implication. A series of celebrities, Travis and Jason Kelce, Travis Scott, Michael B. Jordan, playfully challenge each other, asking if she can make it from here, from various improbable locations. The she is never shown until the end, but her identity is never in doubt. The payoff reveals Caitlyn Clark, basketball in hand, with the declarative tagline, "Caitlyn Clark is proof that you can make it from anywhere." On the surface, it's a slick, celebratory 30-second spot, but to the trained eye, it was a manifesto. A corporate cannonball fired into the pool of women's sports, announcing not just a product, but a paradigm shift. This was no tentative endorsement, it was a coronation. And the date stamped at the end, spring 2026, wasn't just a launch window. It was a ticking clock, placed squarely in the middle of the most precarious, high-stakes moment in the history of the Women's National Basketball Association. This analysis is a deep dive into the multi-layered strategy behind Nike's move. We'll dissect the marketing genius, unpack the unprecedented retail commitment, and confront the formidable business risk tied to a potential league-wide lockout. This is the story of a corporation betting millions on a single athlete in a league at a crossroads, with timing that could either be a masterstroke or a monumental miscalculation. Nike's From Anywhere concept is a case study in efficient, multi-resonant storytelling. It operates on at least 3 distinct levels, each designed to hook a different segment of the audience. Level 1, the literal game. This is
Been on Nike's neck as of lately. Dare I say, this actually shows some creativity? Dare I say this Caitlyn Clark is proof that you can make it from anywhere is brilliant? Let's take a look. Make it from anywhere, of course. Of course, at face value, anywhere on the court. She's hitting logo threes. She's hitting shots from Nova Scotia. Of course. From anywhere
is the most immediate read. From Anywhere refers to Caitlyn Clark's legendary shooting range, the logo threes from the half-court logo, the pull-ups from well beyond the NBA three-point line shots that have become her trademark and have broken offensive paradigms in women's basketball. For the casual sports fan or highlight reel consumer, this is the hook. It sells athletic superpower and on-court spectacle. Level 2, the origin story. Dig 1 layer deeper, and Anywhere becomes Des Moines, Iowa. It's a narrative about geography and provenance. In a sports ecosystem often dominated by coastal hubs and traditional talent pipelines, Clark's ascent from the American heartland is a powerful underdog tale. It's a story of self-made greatness, of proving that you don't need to be from a basketball mecca to become its queen. This layer resonates with anyone who feels outside the establishment, amplifying her relatability and authentic, hardworking brand. Level 3, the philosophical pillar. At its most profound, From Anywhere transcends basketball. It becomes an aspirational, accessible mantra about potential and possibility. It tells young athletes, particularly girls, that greatness isn't confined to a specific zip code, background, or gender. It aligns Nike with a message of empowerment and universal access. This isn't just about selling a shoe. It's about selling an idea that anyone can buy into, whether they watch basketball or not. The commercial structure reinforces this hierarchy. By using A-list celebrities as a supporting cast, their sole purpose to build anticipation for her reveal, Nike sends an unambiguous message. Caitlyn Clark is the star. She is the gravitational center. This is a stark...
You got the Jason and Travis Kelce. You got the Travis Scott. You got cameos. But finally, we have a Caitlyn Clark commercial dedicated solely to Caitlyn Clark, and these other stars are there to just prop her up. She's not playing second fiddle like the Super Bowl commercial. This is a solely Caitlyn Clark Nike basketball commercial. In case you guys don't know what I was talking about, this hoodie right here, that's the hoodie that I got her. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like this. I do like this commercial. I do like this commercial. Off the Kelsey Mitchell commercial, which had me feeling like some old school Nike a little.
Elevation from her earlier cameo in a Super Bowl commercial, where she was one face among many. Here, Kelsey, Scott, and Jordan are the hype men. She is the main event. This framing is deliberate and costly, signaling a budget and confidence previously reserved for established male Tier 1 athletes. If the commercial was the declaration, the retail strategy is the invasion. Nike didn't just create a product page for Caitlyn Clark. They built her a digital kingdom. In partnership with Dick's Sporting Goods, they launched Caitlyn's Court, a dedicated branded section of the retailer's website. This isn't a column of jerseys. It's a holistic experience featuring exclusive apparel, training gear, collectibles, and lifestyle merchandise, all centered around Clark's branding and iconic logo. To understand the magnitude of this, one must look at precedent. This kind of dedicated digital real estate is typically the exclusive domain of athletes like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Giannis Antetokounmpo, global icons with decade-long proven track records of moving merchandise. For a WNBA rookie, before her signature shoe has even hit the prototype stage, to command this level of retail commitment is unprecedented. It shatters the historical ceiling for women's basketball players. Nike is making a foundational bet here that Clark's audience is not merely a niche subset of basketball fans, but a broad-based consumer base that will shop for her brand as an identity. Caitlyn's Court suggests she is not just an athlete to watch, but a lifestyle to adopt. This move pressures the entire retail ecosystem from Target, selling out her...
Come right here.
From there!
From anywhere.
Nice. Way to go, Nike. Way to go. Caitlyn Clark's anticipated Nike signature shoe is expected to launch in spring 2026. Nike signature roster features all-time greats, and I am incredibly proud to join some of the best athletes in the world. I'm excited to share a first look at what we've created together. Signature shoe expected to launch in spring 2026, right in time for the lockout.
For trading cards, to local sporting goods, stores to view WNBA merchandise, not as a side rack, but as a headline category. It forces a re-evaluation of shelf space and marketing dollars. Leveraging Clark's proven commercial power, her Fever jersey was the fastest selling in WNBA history. To rewrite the rules of engagement for women's sports retail, here is where narrative brilliance collides with cold, hard business risk. Nike's chosen launch date of spring 2026 is exquisitely, perhaps dangerously, timed. The current WNBA Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA, expires after the 2025 season. Player sentiment, publicly voiced by stars and union representatives, points toward a contentious negotiation. The players' demands are clear and justified. A significantly larger share of league revenue, which has skyrocketed, partly due to the Clark effect, fully guaranteed contracts, better travel conditions, and the elimination of the restrictive charter flight policies that still plague some teams. The players have seen the league's valuation and visibility surge, and they are determined to claim their fair share of this new growth. If these negotiations break down, a very real possibility, given the historical tension between player pay and owner profitability in women's sports, the result will be a lockout. The 2026 season could be delayed, truncated, or canceled entirely. Nike, therefore, is planning to launch its most significant women's basketball signature shoe in a generation into a potential vacuum of no games, no highlights, and no national media coverage. This creates a fascinating dilemma: the ideal scenario versus the lockout scenario. Ideal. Clark's sophomore season in 2025 builds on her Rookie of the Year campaign. The Fever improve. She delivers more viral moments, and the WNBA's momentum continues. Spring 2026 arrives on the crest of this wave. The shoe launches, she wears it in playoff games or a new season, hitting logo threes on national TV, providing millions in free advertising and organic marketing. The product flies off shelves at Dick's Caitlyn Clark. Lockout. The 2026 season is in jeopardy. There is no basketball. Clark development is paused. The casual fans she attracted have no games to watch. The cultural conversation shifts from highlights to labor.
That's definitely not nothing. Spring 2026. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Merry Christmas, man. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving the channel before the season, during the season, after the season, now during the lull period, throughout this potential lockout, the CBA negotiations. I appreciate you guys, especially in the comment section, wishing me a Merry Christmas, wishing me a congratulations. If you know, you know. Caitlyn Clark, signature shoe, spring of 2026. See you next time. And as always,
disputes. Nike is forced to market a performance basketball shoe in a non-performance context, relying solely on brand appeal without the fuel of sport. The entire marketing calendar tied to key games and moments implodes. This predicament leads to the billion-dollar question. Will Nike use its influence to pressure the league and ensure a season happens? Nike is no mere spectator. As the WNBA's official outfitter and a global sports behemoth with partnerships across the NBA, which controls the WNBA, it holds significant quiet leverage. The pressure wouldn't be a public ultimatum. It would manifest in back-channel conversations. A call from Nike leadership to the WNBA commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, checking in on the health of the league and expressing concern about the 2026 calendar. Reminders to team owners, many of whom have deep Nike ties through their NBA counterparts, that a lockout jeopardizes not just ticket revenue, but the entire ancillary merchandise and sponsorship ecosystem that is currently booming. A subtle, implied threat about the future of sponsorship dollars if the league cannot maintain its commercial stability. Nike's incentive is colossal. They have invested in Clark at a level that demands a return. Dick's Sporting Goods has built Caitlyn Clark. Target has inventory to move. This isn't just one company's marketing plan, it's a supply chain and retail economy built around Clark's visibility. A lockout doesn't just hurt the WNBA. It disrupts the business plans of major corporations who are now stakeholders in the league's success. This new, corporate vested interest is a powerful, novel variable in WNBA labor relations. The implications of this deal extend far beyond one athlete or one shoe. Nike is effectively conducting a live, high-budget experiment on the commercial ceiling of women's team sports. If succeeds, a successful launch, driven by strong sales, will irrevocably prove that a women's basketball player can carry a signature business line at a level comparable to male peers. It will provide the data-driven justification for similar investments in the next generation of stars, a Juju Watkins, a Paige Buchers, an Angel Reese. It will mandate more courts for other athletes, bigger production budgets, and a permanent shift in how corporate America values women's sports IP. The rising tide would lift all boats, setting a new financial benchmark for what is possible. The inherent tensions. However, this hyper-focused investment also amplifies existing tensions within the WNBA ecosystem. The league has long championed a philosophy of collective growth and the band over solo stars. Some players and fans have expressed frustration that the narrative surrounding Clark's arrival sometimes overshadowed the legacy and excellence of established veterans. Nike's monumental backing of one rookie, however deserving, risks exacerbating this perception of a stratified league. It forces a difficult conversation. Does the path to economic viability require creating and backing singular, marketable superstars, even if it creates imbalance? Nike's strategy suggests they believe the answer is yes. For all its brilliance, Nike's bet is fraught with vulnerability. The sophomore slump. The WNBA is famously difficult. Defenses scheme relentlessly. The physical grind is immense. A dip in Clark's performance in 2025 could cool the hype before the 2026 launch. Injury, the omnipresent risk in any sport. The visibility gap. Despite Clark's impact, the WNBA still struggles with consistent national broadcast placement and media coverage. Selling a signature shoe requires mass awareness, which the league's media deal still partially impedes. The college-to-pro transition. A portion of Clark's monumental Iowa fanbase was rooted in college allegiance. Not all have transitioned to dedicated WNBA followers. Nike must convert national curiosity into loyal consumerism. Product performance. Ultimately, the shoe must be good. It must be innovative, stylish, and perform on the court. The tech and design must justify the hype, or it becomes a hollow marketing artifact. Nike's Christmas morning commercial was more than an ad. It was a stake in the ground. Caitlyn Clark is proof that you can make it from anywhere, is a statement of faith in her, and by extension, in the commercial future of the league she now helms. The spring 2026 launch date sets the stage for a high-drama confluence of sports, business, and labor politics. Over the next 16 months, we will witness CBA negotiations that will determine the financial soul of the WNBA. Caitlyn Clark's sophomore season, which will test her staying power. The build-up to a product launch unprecedented in women's sports history. Nike has placed its bet, believing Clark's unique appeal can transcend the traditional limitations of the WNBA marketplace. They are betting on her story, her shot, and her ability to be a cultural icon beyond the hardwood. But they are also betting against a lockout, against regression, and against the historical commercial headwinds that have always faced women's professional leagues. The outcome will reveal more than just shoe sales. It will provide a definitive answer to a critical question. Has women's basketball truly arrived as a mainstream, economically powerful sport, or is its growth still fragile, susceptible to the old conflicts between players and owners? In the space between From Anywhere and spring 2026 lies the future of an entire industry